Fungeon. I am Tony, your DM. I'm doing a little bit of a special episode today, like a little bonus content, a little bit of character background development. I'm joined by Tom. What's up, Tom?
How's it going?
Good. Tom, why don't you give us a little bit of rundown about your character, who he is, what his name is, what he looks like, what race he is, what class you're playing.
I play Rigzee. Rigzee is a goblin pirate who wears a, I guess, like manila-colored shirt. Wrapped around his waist would be just a maroon cloth. He has a belt that has a skull with ruby eyes in it. And then he wears striped maroon and black pants, black boots, and a peg leg. Facial features: he has a wide head, orange-colored eyes with sharp teeth, has an eye patch, and he has long pointed ears. Skin color is like a pale green with hints of red from being sunburned.
So we start in the caves of the Sword Mountains as a adult male and female goblin are running from something with a little baby in tow, and they make their way all the way out of the cave system and down to a boat that they had waiting for them, and they set sail, fleeing from some unknown entity. As they are sailing in this little rowboat, they make it a few days, and one evening a huge storm hits, causing the boat to just be splintered apart. The mother and father put the baby on little pieces of driftwood, essentially, now that the boat is broken up into pieces, and they get him safely on this little plank of wood before eventually succumbing to being tired and drowning and falling to the floor of the ocean. A day goes by, and this ship of pirates come upon this baby floating out in the middle of the waters, and they pick him up. They determine whether they want to sell him. They can't figure out what they want to do with this thing. And for some reason, the captain of the ship sees him playing with some of the ropes on board, and he goes, "Yeah, boys, we're going to call this one Rigzee. I'm going to raise him to be my own." So we fast forward a little bit to Rigzee becoming a teenager. What was your daily life like on the ship, Rigzee?
Helping with the rigging of the sails and everything due to his name. And, other than that, he's part of like infiltration, basically gathering intel from other ships. He's like the one that goes in because he's small and nimble. He's been honing his skills to be able to stealth and not be caught at other ships and bring back intel. So cool. We have the advantage.
So he says to you, one day he pulls you into his captain's quarters, and he says, "Hey, boy.
What you need?"
"You know I love you like me own, right?"
"Yes, sir."
"We're going to be coming alongside a couple ships in a dock up here. I need you to possibly go on board and tell me if there's anything worth pillaging."
"Aye. Is there any information I should know about this crew?"
"I don't know. We're just pulling up now to the dock, son. If you take a look out, you'll see. Maybe you could get an eye on what we're working with, but we want to know what they have on board, if anything's worth pillaging."
Aye. And, so I guess we would be in his captain quarters?
Yeah.
I guess I would just go out of his captain quarters.
You come out just as the ship is docking, and you look over and you see 3 different ships, all, parked up in this harbor, essentially. One of them looks like it carries, like, flour. One of them looks like it's got a bunch of, livestock on it. And then the other one, you can't really tell what it's there for. It could be another pirate ship.
So in mystery, I would want to get a closer look at the one I can't tell what's on it.
So are you going to try and, go sneak on the boat, or?
Yeah, in hopes I could at least, hear what some of the crew, what they would be talking about.
So you go over to this boat, and you're going to try and sneak up on it. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
10.
So you start to make your way up the ladder of this boat when somebody up on the deck of the boat looks down and he goes, "What are you doing, guy?"
"All right. I'm sorry. I thought this was my ship."
"Yeah, no. Clearly the wrong boat, buddy.
Yeah, you mind if I come? I've already made it halfway up.
I mean, yeah, I do. There's nothing up here for you.
And I just like climb down.
So you climb down and you make your way back onto the dock. You're kind of scoping it out. You kind of back up a little bit. You're maybe like closer to one of the other boats now, and you're kind of just like scoping it out, checking it out, trying to see if maybe there's a better opportunity for you to try and climb aboard this thing or something. And as you're sitting there scoping it out, you see Felrecht, Lafine, and Krebig Mascalier walk by and head towards that ship. And they start climbing up the ladder that you were climbing up, and they're greeted by the same person that you were greeted by, but he reaches his hand out and he helps them up.
I guess I would go back to Captain Redbeard at that point. Be like, hey, do you know anything about Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
Okay, so you go back over to the Neptune's Rose, and you climb aboard, and you find Redbeard.
Arr, Captain. There's something fishy going on over there. You said you wanted me to scope out those boats?
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of them look like they just had a livestock or something. Didn't look much of value to us anyway. But the third one, I tried to get aboard. They saw me, unfortunately.
What? Boy, the whole reason I sent you over there, boy, is because you're a sneaky bitch. How you fuck this up, boy?
The sunlight is the curse. Anyway, I saw Felrecht and Krebid climbing aboard that ship, and they just helped them on. Both of them. You know anything about that?
No. Maybe you should go check it out for me, boy. And maybe don't get caught this time.
Hey, and I walk out.
So you head back over towards that other ship. What do you want to do? You want to like try and maybe like, I don't know.
Is there like a way I can sneak in, like maybe through like the anchor hole or?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check. Let's see if there's any way for you to like climb in.
14?
Yeah, I mean there's an anchor hole you're pretty small, so you could fit into that hole alongside the chain if you want to try and shimmy up it.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb down into the water by our ship and like swim underneath to the anchor of theirs and climb up that way.
Cool. So you, let's see, you're trying to do it stealthily, right? So go ahead and roll a stealth check and see if anybody sees you.
23.
Yeah, you fucking get up in the bottom of their ship, no problem, and you climb up, and there's some barrels that you kind of hide behind, and some crates that you can kind of get some cover on, and you notice that Krebig and Felrecht are in the bottom here talking to a couple of the people on the ship. It sounds like they're trying to maybe recruit these guys over to your ship.
I guess, I mean, honestly, we would just sit there and listen, you know, try not to get caught, and just like see what their plans are, why they're recruiting.
So after a few minutes of them talking these guys into possibly joining up with you guys, the two men that they're speaking with agree, and they head upstairs onto the deck of the boat.
So I guess, were they like standing around just in the bottom of the ship talking?
Yep.
Is there anything in the bottom of this ship that is valuable?
Go ahead and roll
see?
perception.
22.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pirate ship. They've got some loot down here.
Are there any rubies?
Some chests. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple rubies in the chest for sure.
Go up to the chest and check it out, see if I can't pocket some rubies.
Yeah, you go over there and you get some rubies in your pockets, a couple pieces of gold even, maybe an emerald or two.
Cool. And then I'm going to try to get as close to the stairs as I can in hopes maybe they're getting off the ship and exchanging any other words before I go back onto.
So you're just trying to like overhear them?
Right. Just stay as quiet as possible, but ultimately he plans to go back and distribute this information, see if they're recruiting for our ship or what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, you start to head over towards the stairs and you can actually hear that they're starting to leave the boat, but it's all four of them are leaving the boat.
Okay, so I would just, try to sneak my way up to the next part of the ship, see if there's anybody else on board.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
13.
There's 5 people on the next floor as you're climbing up. 2 of them appear to be preparing something to eat, to cook for everybody. And then the other 3 are kind of just hanging out. One of them's like right on the staircase that leads up to the deck of the boat.
So I'm going to like pick up a spare piece of a gold or something that's sitting around and use it as like a decoy and like throw it to another part of the ship to make noise to get this guy that's on the stairs to go away so I can at least make it up to the second portion.
Okay. Go ahead and roll like a deception check.
It's a nat 1.
A nat 1. Yeah, I mean, you throw this coin and you try to throw it in the direction of the guy at the stair, like to distract him, and you end up hitting him with the coin. And he goes, "Oh, what the hell?" And he looks down, he picks the coin up, and he looks towards your direction. What do you do?
I just hide, like duck down behind anything I can see and cover,
Right.
you know?
Go ahead and roll
like,
a stealth check.
Oh, shit! 21.
Yeah, you fucking duck down. You kind of just peek down the stairs, like you ran back down the stairs to break line of sight. So you're not ducked behind anything right now.
Okay, so...
You just broke line of sight.
But he's coming down
But
the
he's
stairs.
coming towards you to go towards the downstairs. Because he knows that's where he just got hit with this coin from.
And there was barrels around us, so I guess I would find a barrel to hide in.
Okay.
See, when he comes down.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a stealth check with advantage.
21.
You jump in this barrel and put the lid on it just in time for him to come down the stairs, and you hear him walking down the stairs, and he looks around for a minute, and he's like, "Who's down here? I know somebody just threw something at me. Who's down here?" And then he takes out this mace, and he smashes a barrel. And he goes, "I know somebody's in here. Come out now, or face the wrath of my mace." And he walks up to the next barrel, smashes it with his mace, and you can hear he's like
Stepping
4 or
towards...
5 barrels away from you, and he's headed your way, and he smashes the next barrel.
So can I get, like, ready to, like, pop out of this if I hear him step
Yeah.
and, like, try to, like, grapple him and hold him by his mouth?
Yeah, so he keeps smashing the barrels until he makes his way, and you hear him smash the barrel right next to the barrel that you know you're next. And you hear his
Sweating.
footsteps, and he steps over towards you. What do you do?
So if I hear his footsteps, like, right there...
Yeah, he just stepped like right in
I'm
front
gonna
of you.
try to really just, like, launch myself out and grapple onto, like, the top half of him and try to, like, you know, shut him up.
All right, so roll a strength check with advantage.
Nat 20.
So you fucking boom, pop out of this fucking thing. You scare the shit out of this guy. You fucking grab him and turn him around. You got him in like a fucking headlock. And you are able to like grab his arm that was holding the mace, and you kind of like pull it out to the side and stretch his arm out and overextend his elbow. So he drops the fucking mace out of his hand, and you're just holding him there with his arm spread out, and you got your fucking hand around his neck. And he's like,
Now ye gonna tell me what's going on this ship?
"What do you mean? What's going on? We're just pirates, man. We're just pirates."
Yeah, I heard something about ye being recruited.
No, I work here. This is my ship. My dad's the one who owns it.
Oh, well, and I'm gonna like tighten my grip trying to fucking knock his ass out.
And he fucking just goes limp.
Setting him down gently, I'm going to like pat him down, see if he's got any loot on him.
Oh yeah, man. He's got like his long sword. He's got a couple daggers on him. He's got some gold. He's got like a little fucking magic flint match thing. It's like a match that lights every time.
Oh, I'm totally snagging that. Loving it. Put it in my pocket. So seeing as this was kind of like a mistake, just like walking around the ship, I guess I'd go back and show him the gold that I have and be like, well, it's worth grabbing some gold. They got some treasure, but...
So how do you leave? Like, do you sneak back out the anchor?
Yeah, I'm just going to go back out the anchor
hole?
and make him look like a fool.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you go out.
I'm going to pull his pants down a little.
You pants him. You leave this guy.
Piss on him so it looks like he pissed himself.
Yeah, you leave this guy pantsed and pissed on, and it looks like he just drunkenly fell asleep here while he was trying to take a piss. And you make it back over to your ship, and you go to the captain in the captain's quarters.
Immediately, I just walk up to is there like a table?
Yeah, there's like a desk.
Throw some of the gold and stuff I chose. Not the rubies, but
yeah, you keep the rubies.
The rubies are still in my pockets. Yeah, I know what they feel like. No, I just got like one pocket that's full of rubies.
It's just the rubies. Yeah.
So.
So he's like, oh, some spoils from you pillaging, my boy.
They had some treasure. There's a chest full of gold and plunder like this. I also overheard Felrek and Krebig. They were recruiting people. Did you send them on a journey to get new recruits?
I mean, no, definitely not, my boy. But it never hurts to have more pirates aboard.
I didn't grab all the treasure, but they have some aboard.
How many men they have aboard, boy?
As far as I could tell, 5.
So you tell the captain about Felrek and Krebig trying to recruit people, and he doesn't seem too worried about it. So you kind of don't really seem too worried about it if he's not worried about it. And he comes up with a plan with you to go out with a couple of the guys and to get the rest of that loot off that ship. And you guys go at night, and you're able to, with the help of the new recruits, take the gold out. And so now that further solidified that you're like, okay, these guys are cool. They're here to help us.
Right. Trust is built.
Yep, no problem. A few months goes by at sea. You guys find some more treasure, and you pillage some more towns, and you eat some more great food, and you travel the world. And one night, you're just about to go to sleep when you hear screams coming from on the deck of the ship.
A grumpy pirate wake up. What'd be the meaning of this? As I walk through the door to see what the screaming was, I guess, or walk towards.
So you walk up the stairs to the deck of the ship, and you see Captain Redbeard on his knees, covered in blood, with Felrek and Krebig and the 2 recruits from that ship holding a knife to the captain's throat. Felrek says, "Join us or die."
So I'm just going to shout, "What be the meaning of this?"
Felrek looks at you and says, "Mutiny, my boy. We're taking over. You're either with us or you're against us. The old man's lost his touch."
Having loyalty to Captain Redbeard, I would rush over to try to get them away from him, I guess.
Never! As you start to run towards them, Felrek slits the captain's throat as Krebig and the 2 other guys throw him overboard. Felrek lunges at you. Go ahead and roll initiative.
11.
Felrek lunges at you, and he's going to swing at you with this sword. And he gets a 19 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
He hits you for 9 points of damage.
I'm fucked up.
So he comes down with his long sword, and he slices it right into your eye, and your eye just... You lose your left eye. The 2 gentlemen and Krebig, after throwing Redbeard over, come over, and they all start to lift you up. You have 1 action before you're thrown overboard. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to go for blood and try to slash him with my rapier.
Cool. Go ahead and roll your attack.
At least take him out with me. 22 to hit.
Hell yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
7 damage.
You slice this guy, and you catch him right on his cheek, and you almost make like a fucking smile mark from his ear all the way to his lips as the 3 other guys come hoist you up and throw you over the side of the boat. After Krebig stabs you 1 more time in the side, and he thinks that you're dead, and he tosses you over. You float for what feels like an eternity, but you end up getting washed ashore, and you hear a voice. "Hello? Are you okay down there?" As this huge half-orc runs down to the shore to pick you up.
So I would be just coming to, really?
Yeah.
So I would see Captain Redbeard in her Orcus features, just waking up.
So you think Captain Redbeard's coming towards you?
So I would just wake up, be like, it's good to see you're all right. And just get up, using the shoulder. Oh, wait, she come up to me and help me, right? Yeah, using her shoulder.
And she looks at you and she says, I don't think you're well.
I'm holding my eye in pain, obviously.
Yeah.
Just, you're not Captain Redbeard?
I don't know who that is, but no, I'm Yagra. Yagra Stonefist. Nice to meet you.
I like fall trying to like shake her hand.
Yeah, as you reach your hand out to try and shake it, you pass out from exhaustion, and she catches you in her arms. Thanks for checking out this bonus edition of Enter the Fungeon. If you're not checking this out on our Patreon, be sure to head over there, patreon.com/enterthefungeon. You can support us for as low as $5 a month. You can also follow us on Twitter at Fungeon Podcast, Instagram, Enter the Fungeon Podcast, or Facebook at Enter the Fungeon. You can follow me personally on Twitter at TonyKrimson, that's Crimson with a K. And you can also follow Tom at TicTacTommie. That's TicTacTommie. Thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the Fungeon again soon.